Hey fellow travelers, welcome back to Voyage Cruise Travel, your go-to channel for all things cruise related. Are you dreaming of sailing the high seas alone but not sure if it's right for you? Join me as I recap my journey aboard the Caribbean Princess, discuss advantages and disadvantages of traveling solo, share tips for maximizing your fun as a solo traveler, and trust me, this is the ultimate guide to making your solo cruise unforgettable. Don't set sail without watching this first. Let's get started. So like I say, you can do whatever you want. You don't have to answer to anybody. And it's been a really good time in that respect. So traveling solo can be a liberating experience. But it also comes with its own set of advantages and disadvantages. So, would I recommend it? Yes. I mean, there were moments of kind of wondering, what in the world am I doing? There were moments of, oh, this is great. It's just you go in and out of different feelings, and you just kind of have to ride it out. Now, there's a difference between traveling solo and traveling single. Traveling solo, I mean, I'm married, everything's great. I just wanted to get away, and my kids were busy, my friends were busy, I'm newly retired. I thought, well, why not just go do something different? And my husband thought, well, go ahead, go for it. And so that's what I did. And traveling single, obviously you're out there, you know, maybe it's looking to meet people, maybe go out with people or something. So there's two different types of traveler, but we're all solo travelers in that respect. And when I first was at the airport, I met four ladies, and one lady was married and she was just taking a break from her two small children. She had a suitcase full of books and she was planning on doing a lot of reading. Another lady was a nurse and she was just taking a break and no one could travel with her, so she was venturing out on her own. And then another lady, she was just traveling solo. She does it all the time. So I was just surprised at that point. This was right at the airport before I even stepped on the cruise bus. There were a lot of people just geared up for this, so that was great. For some reason I thought maybe I'd be the only person doing this, but that's really not true at all. I've been often asked, like, why do you like cruising so much? I look at it as a kind of highlighting places I'd like to get back to. I usually like to take a trip and maybe extend my trip, although lately I've just been hopping from one place to another. And also, I mean, you can't really beat the price as for what you're getting. As a solo traveler, you're getting a lot of entertainment. I mean, it's a safe environment. You know, you feel it's just, there's less decision making, you know. Less decision making, it's pretty much all here for you. So cost is easy to budget for. It's, like I say, you can strike up conversations with people and make some friends from all over the world. It gives you a snapshot of like the world, and then you can decide, oh, I'd like to go back to this at another time and maybe make a more in-depth trip plan. It's just trying to navigate the solo cruising is a little different, but I mean, there's so many benefits to it because it gets you out of the house, it gets you out exploring on your own, and I've always been that type of person. So sometimes I feel rushed, like we're going from place to place to place, but this has not been too bad. I've never been to Honduras, I've never been to Belize. I'd like to come back here, actually maybe spend some time. Yeah, so those are some of the benefits to cruising, and that's why I like it so much. It's almost like using it like a train, I guess. This is kind of like a boat train of some kind. So when I booked this particular trip, I knew I was already heading out on a 2-week trip with my husband, but I thought, why not, since I have the time and I'm newly retired, I thought, why not try something different? I'm going to attempt this solo travel and take a princess cruise because I know I could do it. I like princess, and so I ended up booking a trip really short notice, maybe 3 weeks before I was going to leave, and it kind of made me nervous. But I thought, I'm going to try and do this and see what it's like because they have really good single supplement rates. So I booked an obstructed ocean view on the 8th floor, 8th deck. But when I got to the actual ship, my room had changed. I can't say enough about how surprised I am to have this beautiful room. View is gorgeous. It's just perfect. So there's been no alterations when you have a single supplement room. It's exactly what you would get for a double person. And I was put on the 11th floor and I received a balcony. And I didn't even know, I don't know why that happened, but my luggage was checked for the 8th floor, but my room was at the 11th floor. So it took a bit of time to find my luggage because it went to the wrong place. But aside from that, it was a little surprising and I really was happy. I mean, that was great. So it started off great, continued to be great. So you have complete freedom to plan your itinerary without compromising what you'd like to do. So because of my late time dining, I was able to move around what I wanted to do. One day I'd do one thing, another day I'd do another thing. And so I had all kinds of different schedules and I was running around a lot. I had anywhere between 15 to 18,000 steps a day. I was at the gym. I was just moving around but relaxing at the same time. So that was really nice and I was never bored and the days just flew by. And also what I thought about another benefit of traveling solo, I noticed there were people that were together that maybe they were getting on each other's nerves or maybe things weren't going as well as they had wanted it to go, or someone was tired of being the leader, that kind of thing. When I'm by myself, I don't have any of those issues. I am leading myself and I only have myself to blame, but I can do whatever I want and nobody's getting on my nerves because it's just me. And I know that kind of tension where sometimes you feel you have to be the leader all the time and it just gets really annoying. An opportunity to challenge yourself, to step out of your comfort zone by trying new activities and experiences. My best thing to do is to go dancing. So that would be something I'd suggest as a solo traveler, to make sure that you get involved. Yeah, put yourself out there. It's worth it. It's fun and entertaining. It's a chance to meet new people from other cultures and from different backgrounds. It increases self-confidence and independence. And you can spend as much time as you'd like on your own interests, on the ship, attending onboard events, or just relaxing in your stateroom. That's exactly how I viewed it. It was challenging at first. I had to rely on myself. You really need to make sure you have everything. You have your shore excursion tickets, your money, your ID, all the things you're going to need because there's no one here to remind you. So you have to take it slow and really assess before you walk out your room. You always have to have a plan. Like, I'll take my shore excursion ticket, I'm going to stick it in my pocket so I remember that's where I put it, and off we go. I don't have to wait for anybody or no one's slowing me down, so now I can go get coffee quickly. I can move around a lot faster than traveling with other people. So that's something I've observed. So I would say that traveling solo has given me confidence and independence to explore ports on my own and do kind of what I would like to do. So for that, I really like that. It kind of was a bit freeing. It's just everybody was just super, super helpful. I received the same person twice, so they weren't able to put me with the same waiter, which was unfortunate because I enjoy doing that. And I know people I talked to did have the same person every night and they had a 5 o'clock eating. I don't know how they got that, but it's probably because they booked way early, and on the phone you need to just specify, I would like to have dinner at this time with the same waiter, and they will note that, and you will make sure that you mention the table number whenever you're checking in to clarify or to verify that's what you'd like. I also ran into a couple that said they would rather just walk up every night and just be seated wherever and whenever, so and they were happy with that. So everybody has a different agenda, and it was fine. Anyway, so my private table was fine. It was a little awkward at first, I have to say. I was worried, kind of like, would people be staring at me, or does this look so awkward? I mean, how do I view a person sitting by themselves? I see men do it all the time, but for a woman, it was kind of outrageous. Like, oh, where's her husband? Or why is she by herself? I thought people would ask me that, but no one did. It was no big deal. They served me pretty quickly, and basically the best thing I could advise you to do is bring something to read. Either it's the Princess pattern, the little thing they give you in the room every day, or bring your phone or something to keep you busy. But honestly, it went so fast, and then I had my videos to take of the food, so it went great. Sometimes at night, I think that was my most challenging thing, was how do I navigate the evenings. My 8:40 p.m. dining was a little late, but I just revised my whole schedule to where I went to the show first and ate second, and sometimes I'd show up early and they still were able to see me. People that I would meet people in the theater as I was waiting. I met some really lovely couples, a lot of Canadians on board. I met people from England. I met some Americans. You talk to people and then say have a nice evening, and then you keep moving. So I'm not obliged to kind of stay with any one particular person. It's just whatever I want to do. I really like meeting people from other cultures and other backgrounds. There's quite a few, at least in the spa. I've talked to some ladies from South Africa, so that's kind of fun. I like to kind of hear what they are used to. I talked to my waitress lady. She is here working with her husband as well, so that's nice. They have a gig here where they're both working as wait staff, so that she's happy about that. Like, you have friends for a day, and that was kind of fun for me. I think I made more of an effort than I would normally have if I was with somebody. Like, I wouldn't bother to try to talk to someone. So people say, well, what do you talk about? Sometimes you could just say, how's your cruise going? Or what did you do today? Or are you having a good time? Or what do you think about whatever? So those are things you could say to make people talk. And then of course there's the people that don't talk at all, so don't take it personal. Maybe they're not very social. It's nothing, I took nothing personal. There was a group of ladies that were with Vacations to Go, and they were on a singles cruise, and they did all kinds of activities together, but that was more like they booked a singles cruise as a group. So there's all kinds of different things happening. You just have to inquire, I guess. I got the impression that the ladies that I met, like me, they just needed a break, and maybe they just wanted to fly under the radar. So that's okay too. You can be as social or as unsocial as you'd like. But the best way to meet people, I think, is to get involved in the activities. Maybe you're going to get involved in a trivia group, or maybe you want to participate in something like karaoke would be a good one, so people get to know you, things like that. If you're that kind of person that really wants to meet people, I would say get involved, because those are great icebreakers. The disadvantages of traveling solo: sometimes the single supplement can be twice the price of a room, because you figure if two people could be in a room and they're only putting one person in there, they're losing 50% of their money. So sometimes they double the price for a single person. But on Princess, that didn't happen for me. I know that Norwegian, Princess, and MSC all have good prices on single supplements, but the rest of them, I don't know. Cunard has some single supplements as well. So dining alone can feel awkward and sometimes lonely for some people, but maybe you should just put yourself out there and share a table with people. You don't have to necessarily sit there the next night. I did a specialty dining with Sabatini's, Italian, and I spoke to the maitre d'. He said that it was all full, but I could come at 5 o'clock, and that would be a good time for me. He could maybe get me in, and so I did that, and he sat me at a beautiful table by the window. I actually preferred to eat at 5 o'clock on that particular day. So it was just beautiful. I did not feel weird at all. They keep the food moving, so it's not like you're hanging there waiting forever. If you go in a really busy time, it's going to be more difficult to get served quick. So either go really late or really early. And even a formal night, I did that and it was fine. I had a good time. And I guess there are those people that don't like to challenge themselves to participate in activities, but they had a big line dancing thing going on, which I got involved in, and they had the dancing in the morning that I enjoyed. It was dance fitness. I went to the gym by myself like you would normally do. Just walking around and getting involved. I didn't participate in trivia or do karaoke, but you can watch. So those are things you can do. It's all fun. It's all a lot of fun. The cruise director was quite outgoing. And of course, you know, traveling solo, you have to be more vigilant. You have to use your head about where you're walking at night and where you're going, and the shore excursions, like book a tour with the ship. I think it's the easiest thing to do. Tips for having fun while traveling solo. Take advantage of the ship's meetups if that's what you'd like to do. And they did have some solo get-togethers unhosted at the Wheelhouse Bar. They did that 3 times, and it was usually around 5 o'clock. People that were wanting to get together, I guess they got together there. But that was the only event that I saw that was even there for people to meet. I know that cruisecritic.com has a roll call feature, and if you sign up on their website, you're able to somehow go into the roll call and put down your ship date or something and look up to see if there's people that want to meet in certain areas. I think that's how it works. I don't know if any one of you have done this. You can let me know, but I don't know how you were going to do that if you didn't buy the internet package though, so I don't know. But some people did that. And choose shore excursions that seem like they would be fun in a group setting. Traveling solo does have its challenges. One could be that maybe a shore excursion would be a little bit odd for you when you see everyone grouped up. But for me personally, I feel comfortable in groups. The ruins I went to in Costa Maya, I mean, that was just a bus ride, no stress. People were nice. I had a good time. I felt like I was kind of on an educational tour. And then the river cruise. Legs are hanging down. There's a black, the black legs are hanging down. Same thing. It was fine. It was fun. Nobody, not a single person even questioned that I was by myself. And you can always make an effort to get to know the entertainment staff or some of the waiters in the buffet, or just get to know people and they will get to know you. Like I got to know the coffee lady, because her name was Connie and my name was Bonnie, and you know, that kind of thing. So it makes your day. It's so funny because when you're traveling alone, just the slightest conversations make a big deal. It makes your day. You'll remember every conversation you had and everything that was going on because you're way more aware than you would be if you were with other people where that was no big deal. So it just made me really more in tune to being nice to people, and just your whole presence is different. So another suggestion is treat yourself to spa treatments. And when I went to the spa on the first day and they had the manager specials, and I thought, I'm gonna go try this for something different. I'm going to do this. And I did it and I really liked it, and I don't think I would have done that if I would have been with someone. So it was about just kind of pampering yourself, enjoying that. Indulge in your favorite hobbies. I mean, there was people, like I said, a girl with a suitcase full of books. Of course, there's some people like to gamble. Whatever it is, just indulge in that and have a good time. You can attend enrichment classes. I attended a talk on some of the areas we're going to by the shore excursion staff. And they just talked a little bit about the area, so that was interesting. And another thing that I'll leave you, final thoughts, is you might want to document this experience like I did with a video, or you could journal or take photos, and then you can share that at home with all your family and friends and just talk about what a great time you had, and maybe that would encourage them to go next time. There definitely are trial and tribulations along the way, so my objective is always to kind of show you the easiest way to do things. It's been a good time. So just reflecting back, like I was saying yesterday, the eating in the dining room is a little challenging, but it's honestly what you make it, and I'm sure you could make friends if you went out there, and actually you can ask for a shared table. That is an option, and I didn't really discuss that. So if you're wanting to just join a group, you can do that. I just wanted to reflect on the dining room and its challenges. And actually, what's another benefit of traveling solo is if I don't feel like I want to do that, if I want to just maybe just do a snack and forget it because I've been eating so much, I can do that, and I'm not offending anybody. But so far, I like to get dressed up for the dining room. It gives me an objective, and I really enjoy the shows. and the trivia is funny. We've had a couple comedians that have been pretty funny. They're Canadian comedians. So it's been good. There's about 50 countries represented on this cruise right now, so there's all kinds of people here. So like I say, solo traveling is very liberating. Who cares what people think? You're never going to see these people again. And I learned a lot about myself by doing this. And would I do it again? I think I would. Yeah, I would. Because it was, I don't know, it was really very restful and very enjoyable. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this has helped you and cleared up any questions you may have. If you do have a question, just ask me in a comment below. And I do have a playlist on the Western Caribbean and also the Caribbean Princess. So make sure that you check that out. And if you have found this helpful or informative, please hit that thumbs up button. And consider subscribing. And thank you so much for joining me and watching this. And until next time. Not that many people here, but this is a small little island off the coast of Honduras.